welcome back to another episode of Gaming with Calvi Calv. Beacon Pines edition. I guess we're on page 43. Was it always 42, 43? Stuff happened. Like I said in the last video, I can't be... It's so much.
Dinner with the Moodwills. Ilona Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love, couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates. Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luca finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
So Luca, tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? Oh, I live with my grandma over on the other side of the river. Grandma, where are your parents at? Beck Manners. It's alright. My dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years ago. Oh dear. My mom's been missing for a few months now. Like missing?
Luca's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luca, how did you like the pizza? Oh, it was good. Very good. Normally we could put more effort into dinner.
Ilona nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We were fully settled and Beck had mentioned that it's your favorite. Sorry, were you just skipping the part where he said his mom was missing? Beck! Sorry, Luca, this move has us all a little
Luca
tired.
wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So Beck said that you moved here for work?
Beck gave Luca a swift kick on...
How? I mean that you brought you to Beacon Pines. Right the first time we were here for work. Nellie don't tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. She's brilliant. Perennial Harvest just made her their newest lead researcher of deep engineering. Makes it sound more impressive than it is. Happy that you get to make a difference in the world. Perennial Harvest is at the forefront of evolving agriculture and something more useful than sprinkling water and excrement on the ground.
Luca glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
Nellie does means Luca is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yeah, some people talk to their plants and hope for the best. Some people happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dream. You swore you didn't.
Slammed her fist into the tape, perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey Luca, how about some dessert? I actually have to meet my friend Rolo
Luca
soon.
glanced outside to gauge the sky was darker than he expected, filled with...
Looks like there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the almanac. Almanacs aren't that useful around here.
Luca wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and...
Thank you all for the pizza. It was really good. See you at the festival, Beck. Are you coming with me? Wait up. I'll walk you home.
Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew, but Beck seemed cool. Rolla would warm up to her eventually. Probably.
Answered her to rumble.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
Sure we can make it home before the storm
Luca
kicks off.
surveyed the roiling clouds.
So the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll make the break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up.
Care to recalculate those odds? Very inside you before it gets cold. Luca and Nellie will keep trying to reach Grant on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do here. Most of my stuff is still in the boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest. Wait, wasn't the body of deep engineering? So is it the person that they're replacing?
Luca squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
Gum. Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
Tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47
Luca
days.
wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down. timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. Oh wow, Rollo and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts, fixed it up in some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
I can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff we could pick up back in the city. But around here, it's all farm reports and static. Oh, shucks.
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past.
Pungent.
He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview condors. Well, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry. Was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. They're really trying to feel good about themselves. They do both. So you moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. They're always a better job somewhere else. The flowers would last long if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Well, you cared enough to keep them, that is. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. Hero pose. Dang, did that hurt? I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected. At least you look cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Like even when people are around? Well, Rollo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? I didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. The one thing my dad told me when I was little, don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then, what do? When you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own, though. You gotta do something, anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know, something. We're gonna register complaints with the storm. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright. That things are gonna change.
Let out a feral
Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. Let me try. Well, it sucks. I hate it. I hate that I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't I just stay somewhere? Rah!
voice dropped to twitch from
I just want to be a normal kid.
her shirt and straightened up.
There. I actually feel a little better.
Abruptly as it began, the storm.
Thanks, I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you at Rollo at the festival? Sounds good. Luca? Don't let the universe jerk you
Beck
around.
gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in. Chapter 5. Friendly Feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue, the smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone. Not even Rollo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. This is what Luca told himself as he headed.
Dawn. Hey, Dawn, tracking down a lead? You bet. Heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar how? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance, they were conditions. Like what? Documents stipulated that Eris had to take on a child as her ward, a kid our age who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo. So Eris was forced to take care of him? Yep, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it old Sharper sowed some wild oats. That explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find all this out? Good reporter never reveals her sources, Luca. Alright, Dawn. Be safe. Oh, hey, these glow. I better not dilly down. I gotta get to the treehouse. I just wanted to look at that. He met his old friend's eyes and were greeted with nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens! No time for extra friendships. So, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. Can you assume this means that all Fast 5 days should have been completed ahead of schedule? Not exactly, sir. Storm set us back a bit and it's getting late, so we all decided. You all decided? Yes, sir. I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We're all here at Ferenia Harvest because we believe in creating a better future. Yes, sir, very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No. We gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good then, it's decided. Yes, sir, we'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Lower Harvest awaits. I don't think pungent is one of my choices. Oh, it is.
Luca wrapped a twig of thyme. Some fish have refined taste.
Property Sharper Valentine. Figures. If he had his way, Property Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town. Should we give it back to him? He may not even want it back. Man's got a contentious relationship with him. Keep it here in case he ever wants to pick it up. Interesting. Interesting. Are you still up there? Sorry, Rollo doesn't accept visitors from Quebec,
Luca
never.
had only ever heard him speak in this and it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. Just a little late.
Scoffed.
The rain held me up. Liar. You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad and I got worried, so I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house. You weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. Not a fool, Luca. Doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, storm rolled out of nowhere. Got stuck after dinner.
Luca stumbled on his words.
Beck. Dinner. What the heck is a Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You'd like her. She had helped convince her parents that she made new friends. New friends? Spent all day waiting for you. You were off making new friends? It's not like that, Rollo. You know? While I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. I was going to be a surprise. But you looked so long that Storm knocked it all down. She's like night down of friendship. What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry, and both boys were now shouting.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew you'd get in trouble waiting so late for you. I kept my word, because that's what friends do. Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Grant doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want. You wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this? Is that what you think? Then maybe you're the bad friend.
Changed to a calm, yet.
Maybe Pa's right. Storm brings more than water. What brought out the real Luca? Stop quoting your Pa's nonsense like it means anything. Yeah, well at least my Pa's still around.
Hung in the cold night air. Rollo's stomach dropped, knowing, but it was too late.
Luca, good night, Rollo. Dang it.
Luca dug through his old stuff.
Look at me and my amazing family. Guess I'm just never supposed to make new friends. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Luca.
Gran cooed gently from.
You slept straight through breakfast. Luca, you right? I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Of course, leave this oatmeal by the door. Just gotta run out and take care of some things. Okay. Be back later to check in. Sure.
Luca just wanted to. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
Humph.
Luca dozed off again.
Wasn't hungry. Just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rollo came by. What did he say? I wanted to talk to you. What did you say? Told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So your plan is to sit in your room all day? Pretty much. I'll need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end up your pity party, go outside. I think it'd be some good. Not yet.
Luca still couldn't bring himself. Besides, if he ran into Rollo,
There's never anything interesting at the festival anyway. Oh, I gotta try to...
The Adventures of Hank.
Complete first volume.
Luca carefully opened the cover. Rollo had received it for his birthday, a special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rollo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rollo didn't trust himself with it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often. Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind, but it had stayed right there where Rollo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, he was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft.
Your little friend came to see you. Girl named Beck McDowell. Modwell? She said you met yesterday. What did she say? Is she here? She was just driving by. Told you weren't taking visitors today. Oh, she seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rollo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. Alright then. I'll leave some dinner on the kitchen table. In case you want a bite before dinner.
Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away. He once again felt the weight of it all, and allowed. Luca stood in a vast black expanse.
Black expanse.
He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source. Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame. Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them, not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with a jolt and a twist. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face. Luca's own face looked back at him, older, worn. The sensation was odd, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face. And all it got me was this. Luca staggered back. You aren't me. Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Welp, Dad. If you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged in a flash of cold light. He was gone. What does all of Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder? Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of...
No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eye. The kind, concerned face of his Gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine. Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How would you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rolo fought about doesn't matter. Buddy,
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle...
fight between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is, it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But he said stuff about Dad. Well, do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. And did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival's day. You don't want to miss what you do. Guess not. Sounds like a good opportunity to make amends with Rolo, doesn't it?
Luca gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. I need to get going. Get some last minute festival business you can. We'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch. Alright. I love you, Luca. Love you too.
Luca took a deep breath.
Okay.
Chapter 6.
Alright. Cool. I'm not crying. You're crying. Alright. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. Like and comment. Make sure you hit that bell. Ka-ding! To get notifications about future videos and when they come out. And as always, I will catch you all next time. Kava out. Bye.